All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Claude Diamond here. Had a great day today. I do training sessions all day long. I role play, I practice with my clients. A lot of fun. And I had one particular session with clients today. And I recorded it. I broke it up actually into 3 parts because it was 30 minutes long. And I wanted to play this one part for you. It was just a training session. We do it live on Zoom. God, do you love Zoom? If you are in business right now, we're all working from home. I've been working from home for 30 years. And I used to use Skype a lot. But now I'm using Zoom every day for hours. It's fantastic for marketing, for training, for communication, for doing deals. I'm going to play this video. It's about 10 minutes long. Some really great stuff in there. If you have questions, feel free to post them. We'll discuss them after I play the video. And I think you'll enjoy it. I think there's a lot of things to really take away from in this gut sales training session. So let me switch over here to the share screen. I'm going to click on this, and you guys watch the video.
Putting things on the internet.
Do you kiss girls better today than you did 20 years ago?
I'd hope so.
Okay. How did you become a better kisser? And I'm being very diplomatic.
I've only had my wife, so she hasn't replied lately. She's not much of a kisser.
My wife is my high school girlfriend, okay? I'm 34 years married. Maybe that's a bad analogy. Do you drive better today than you did when you were 17?
Yeah, I do. I'm trained.
Okay, so what's the answer to the question?
Get yourself trained.
Practice.
Yeah.
Practice. I was telling Victor before, I'm the guy who jumps out of the airplane, enjoys the free fall, and then goes, oh shit, I didn't put on a parachute.
Whoops.
Oops. So you've got to try stuff. And you've got to have enough you got to be a little egocentric. When I say that, I mean confident. And I don't mean to be a bully or a braggart or, that jerk who's always bragging. You ever go to the guy, you say, hey, I just got a new car. Oh, well, my wife and I bought 2 new cars. That try and top you guy.
The one-up guy?
The one-up guy. Thank you. That's a better way. My wife and I bought 2 new cars. The thing is, if you're willing to go out there and, I still get embarrassed about dumb stuff I did 20, 30 years ago. You ever think about something stupid you did and oh God, well, I wish I could go back and change that.
All the time.
Yeah. I get on the phone with people today. I kind of take a dip. I kind of speak to them. I'll ask a question. I'll do a pattern interrupt. In fact, I got a video on YouTube I did yesterday on pattern interrupts. Don't call them up and sound like everyone else. What does everybody else sound like, Jeffrey, when they call on a property?
Like a norm.
Yeah.
Normal salesperson, you mean? Or
yeah. What do they sound like? The typical guy.
And program robotic sort of pitch. Yeah.
The scripted guy. And the minute you sound like everyone else, what's going on in the mind? You get a phone call at dinner, and this guy or girl is trying to sell you aluminum siding, or it's a scam, or they're raising money for some bullshit organization. What goes through your mind in the first 5 seconds? What do you think, Jeffrey?
Here we go again.
Here we go again. Have you just shut down this dude?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Yes. He's dead. You just take me off your list. Leave me alone. Go away. Die, get lost, Don't bother me. I'm having dinner with my family. So if you sound like that and you're going to get 99% rejection, why should we really do that? We should sound different. We should sound a little bit different. So if I call you up on the phone, you say hello, go ahead.
Hello.
Hey, what happened?
What do you mean?
I saw your property. I can't believe. Why didn't that sell?
I have no idea.
Your name, sir? I'm Claude.
I'm Jeff.
Jeff, I couldn't believe when I saw that on Zillow. Oh my gosh. Can I ask you a couple, 2, 3 real quick questions? I want to make you an offer today. I love that property in that neighborhood. I'm looking at it right now on Google Earth.
I don't know. What's this about?
You know, well, it's pretty simple. You have a property for sale and I want to buy it. Can we do business today?
It's possible. It's possible.
Sounds like you don't want to do business. If you don't, I'll leave you alone. Should I go?
Well, I do need to sell this property, so.
Why? That's interesting. Thanks for sharing that. Why do you need, you're living in it, aren't you, sir? Or is it?
Yes, I'm living in it.
Oh, where are you going to live if you sell it, though? You need that home.
Well, I'm looking to retire and move back east where it's a little more reasonable to live.
Here it comes. See? What? Okay, off the, that was good. Thank you. What just happened when I was a bull in a china shop? What did I say first? What happened or something like that, right?
Yeah, as if you got the call or something.
That's called shock and awe. Okay, and I'm doing a little twist on his mind here. Okay, most people say, hi, hello, this is Claude. I'm with ABC Real Estate Company on 121 Main Street, and I'm just reaching out to you today. Boom, you're dead. You're dead because he's had 20 phone calls like that already. Or you've positioned yourself to fail because because too many realtors and investors called him up. And in his mind, this is a guy who has no money. He's just going to waste my time, pick my brain. So you got to change we have to change the psychological environment in his head. So I get him a little off balance in the beginning. I'll ask questions. I'll set up the agenda. Both you guys know my agenda step on the 3 steps?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the agenda?
The agenda is where you're gathering information.
What does it sound like?
You're asking questions like, why do you got to sell this house? Or what are you going to do when you sell the house?
The agenda really is it's 3 parts. It's a psychological stage that you're setting to maintain control. And once again, another pattern interrupt. You're going to go, Mr. Engelbrecht, can I ask you a couple questions? I'm real interested in your property, sir. You asked me a couple questions, and if that's all right with you, and then let's decide if we can do business today, because I want to make you an offer today. And if you don't like my offer or you don't like me, just say, Claude, get lost. Can you do that for me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm thinking of the next step, huh?
That's the agenda. That's like the rule book. Before a football game, boxing match, baseball, what does the umpire or referee do to the players?
So you're making them comfortable with what's going to happen in this conversation. Let them know exactly where we're going to go, and let them know that you're going to be done quickly so as not to take up a bunch of their time if you don't have something to work with.
Right. We're setting up the rule book here, basically. We're telling them the rules of the game. This is my ball. This is the way we're going to play, or I'm taking my ball home. Okay. That's also setting the stage that you're a professional, that you're an authority figure. And have either of you guys, I'm still waiting, and I've been teaching this stuff for 30 years. Have you guys ever met a salesman and said, please fire me?
No.
Why do I do that?
To give them permission to end it or dismiss it if they don't see something where they want to move forward.
But go deeper. Go deep on this. Why do I say this? What am I trying to do to his head?
Pattern interrupt.
It is a pattern interrupt. You're correct. But what am I trying to, if I say something, hey, there's no pressure here, guy. It's okay to say no to me, to fire me, to hang up. Listen, it's okay.
Getting them to let their guard down.
Ooh, say that again. That was brilliant.
You're getting them to let their guard down.
Right. They let their guard down. They say, well, wow, no pressure, a non-pressure guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever go on a first date with a girl and she was a talker? Did you ever go on a blind date or a first date with a girl and she did most of the talking? Don't you love that?
My date, she's still talking to me now. Doesn't stop.
Yeah, but you know, did you ever go on a first date with somebody and it's like you can hear the crickets? It's uncomfortable as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're setting the stage for them. Say, look, I'm going to ask you questions. That's it. That's the agenda. So somewhere in the beginning, you got to slide that in. So you're setting the authority. You're getting him a little off balance, a pattern interrupt. You're also getting him to let down his guard. See, everything in guts is for a reason. And it's very flexible enough so you can do it when you need to do it. Then you go into your qualification. Hey, why are you selling? And then I went into the qualification with you. Mr. Engelbrecht, why are you selling the home? Oh, we want to move. Okay, so now I know what the reason is. And then I did a little what we call redirection or reverse psychology. I would say, well, gee, why don't you keep the home? Why don't you? You've been in it 15, 20 years, stay another 15, 20. It's a nice home, nice neighborhood. And you had to defend your position. Oh, we want to move. We want to retire. It's too big. It's too small, whatever. You turn the prospect into the salesperson. They will qualify themselves. They will give the presentation. If you get good at this stuff, they'll even close themselves. Isn't this stuff brilliant?
Yeah.
Yeah. This would make a good video for my YouTube. Can I use this video, guys?
You can.
Okay. Because I think this is the stuff that can make you see. Most of us don't want to get on the phone because of the rejection. True. True.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate rejection. I mean, I'm the former world's worst salesman. I used to get rejection all the time. I hated sales. And man, if I had to, clean a bathroom rather than make a cold call or something, I'd rather do that than get that rejection. And I think that's the way most people feel.
Yeah, you're right.
So how do we build our confidence? We use a system. We ask questions. We tell them it's okay to say.
Okay. I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you have any comments on it, that's part one. I have actually 3 parts to this. And, oh, gosh, all my friends are on here. Jeff Hensley, thank you. Claude Nation, rise up. Thank you. Hey, Kenny, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you on Periscope there. Phil is on YouTube. I'm using StreamYard right now, which is wonderful because I can simultaneously broadcast, just talk about marketing for a second. I can be on Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time live, and then this recording will be saved. So people see it. Maybe they'll call me with deals or go to my webpage. It's just good. It's good marketing as long as the content is something that they can identify with. Absolutely. Phil Fanute. Phil is here. Phil had a great video that he's working on today. He did a live call. So I love that. Phil's one of my guys. Kenny writes here. Great class you had. You had it played well. Yeah, it was a good class. David Skolnick is here again. Captain, my captain. Very good, guys. Anybody has a quick question or something, be glad to talk about it. I think the way sales is the $1 million skill. You guys knew I was going to say that. It is the best way to just communicate with people. It's the way you go to the bank. It's the way you make money. I think too often we work on the things that do not allow us to make offers. We work on so many other things. There's so many other busy things to do in a real estate business. But the one thing is, if I can get you into a routine, you don't want to know what my routine is. And I run a very successful business here. I talk to people every day. And I use pattern interrupts. Hey, why am I calling you? Or Mr. Smith, I have your phone number in front of me. Or, gee, what's wrong with your house? Instead of saying, hi, I'm reaching out. I'm with ABC Real Estate Investment Corporation, and we're looking to do a lease purchase. Right away, you're dead. When you open up with that trash, you are a dead salesman because you know what's in their mind. Got to open up with pattern interrupts, something different so that you get them a little off balance. Who is this person? What's this about? And you get them to pay attention. Capturing attention is the most important thing you can do in sales. And then you ask a question. You stay in control by asking questions. And you get the information you need, and then you slide into the agenda where you set the rules on how you're both going to behave. We got who else we have here? Dwanell from Indiana, broadcasting from the best place in town. Better coffee and the bathrooms are cleaner. You got my number, man. You got me down there. Absolutely. David Skolnick, sales is the missing link to any process or business. It really is. It really is. And the thing about it is, and this is just part one. I have 2 more parts. I'm going to play a part every day and do some live streaming. Hell, we're all home anyway. Let us work seriously on our sales persuasion skills. Let us work on that stuff. And I want you guys to learn how to close in one phone call, make offers in one phone call, follow up immediately, use video, use letters of intent. You get one chance to close people, to go to the bank today, and you can do it. My business, with all this viral crap, are we sick of hearing it? I don't even want to turn on the friggin' news, but I'm busy as hell right now. I'm talking, more people are home. People always ask me, Claude, when should I make a phone call? Right now, today, everybody's home. Okay, and use your video, use Zoom, use your FaceTime. If you have an iPhone, use Skype. Get those clients on video. You know, so now you're like in their living room. Absolutely. What other questions we have here? Thanks for VDBU says, thanks for everything, hammering home a winning routine. Routine is key here. Okay, be consistent. Throw away the scripts. Throw away the traditional open, corny sales stuff. Don't give presentations. You heard me correct. Premature presentations kill your sale. You don't know how to sell them. You don't know what they want. You're not reading. You can't read their mind. So you got to ask questions that make them so emotional. They say, oh, I'm selling it because, and this is why, and this is how much money I have. You've got to get good, hard information and stay in control. You don't want to do that free consulting jazz. You give a premature presentation and you tell them everything about lease purchasing. Excuse me. It's an allergy. It's not, you know what. Okay. And you get all that information from them. Because when you give a premature presentation, you bore them. They didn't want to stop their day and listen to your 45-minute brilliant presentation. So you ask them questions that get them emotionally involved. Why are you selling? And you even use reverse psychology. You know, why are you selling this home? Stay in it. Keep it. Why do you want to buy in a home? You and your 5 kids and 10 chihuahuas are in that 1-bedroom home. It's a cheap rent. Stay in there, right? They will then take over. The key is to turn the prospect into the salesperson. Let them do all the work for you. They will give the presentation. They will qualify themselves. They'll even give you the damn order if you know the right questions to ask. And when you ask the right questions, you blend in. Excuse me, I need a little sip of something here. I love talking about this stuff, guys, and thank you for joining me. You will blend in you blend in some like stroking, nurturing, empathy, things I've talked a lot about on my webpage, claudediamond.com. Let's go a few more questions here. Once you get the hang of it, a ton of fun. Phil Fanute. What did David Skolnick here. Go to the bank today. Supreme Daddy. Hey. Okay, if you guys have a question or anything, be glad to do it. I have tons of free stuff on my webpage, by the way, claudediamond.com. I've got a free book. Anybody can have a free 15-minute consultation if you want to role play with me. If you have a particular problem, we've all had problems in sales. And this is the skill set. If you can practice speaking spontaneously, extemporaneously with prospects, and just have fun conversations, even if you don't make the sale. But the conversation is so comfortable, so much fun for you, sooner or later, someone's going to say yes. This is the $1 million skill. And unfortunately, nobody teaches this. All the gurus, they're all talking about their acquisition managers and their VAs and the mailers and the mojo. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't read me wrong. That stuff is fine. But why are you in business? Same reason I am. I want to make money today. I want a contract today. I want an appointment today. I want to make some money today. And you don't make it with all the busy work. And the trouble with a lot of this busy work, this macro nonsense, it costs money. How many of you guys, I've been doing this a long time, guys. And not a day goes by when I don't speak to somebody who's spending thousands and thousands of dollars on some marketing program. And the trouble with marketing is if you're just getting started or you're trying to ramp up your business and get some consistent money per month, okay, you got to watch your overhead. How many of us have gone broke? I'm one of them. I used to spend, $10,000, $20,000 a month. Now I spend zero, nothing, not a bubkiss. I don't spend any money per month. I do social media marketing. I put out content. I attract quality leads. I schedule with people. People go to my webpage. I follow up because I have a really high quality database. So I can contact my buyers, my sellers, my investors. I can follow up. I had a fella today, real nice fella. Where's the sheet? Oh, it's not here. Sent me, he was in Oregon, and he said, Claude, I saw your videos, really like it, would like your free book. And he sent me an email, had his phone number in. What do you think a gut salesman does when he gets a phone number from a person who said they like your content? I picked up the phone and called this guy. We had a great conversation. He's a salesman for Keller Williams or something in Oregon. I invited him to my Monday training, which is just for my mentees, but he's a good guy. I'm getting closer and closer. I'm developing familiarity with him. When you get people to discover you, most of us are a secret. You know how you devastate your competition? You put out content and you try to make that direct marketing approach to people where you can speak with them, you give them something else, and then you ask. The ask is when you've earned their trust, respect, likability, the rapport that we all want in sales. This is what we have to get good at. I know it's listen, I'm basically deep inside of me, I'm a chicken shit. Okay. I'm a kid sucking his thumb with a blanket and a flashlight. I say it all the time. But after you do something often enough and you get comfortable in your own skin, you can talk to peeling wallpaper. You just need to practice. And they don't teach this at Harvard Business School or anywhere else. Let's see. We have a few more comments here. Let's see. Thank you for everything. Hammering home a winner. Then we got, let's see. We might have had these before. Going to the bank today. Yes, we got, what's this say here? 6-inch sales training books make great emergency toilet paper. I love that. Listen, I love sales training books, but I listen to audio sales training books. I love, and a lot of them are filled with fluff. Usually the beginning, the introduction, or the beginning. I just listened to a book, Sell It with Savant. It's about a real estate agent, or Servant. He had a TV show, and the guy talked about how he'd go on the street and try to talk to people who were hanging around apartment buildings or something, or new mothers. He'd go up to new moms who were either pregnant or pushing a baby carriage, and he'd say, do you need more room? Do you need a bigger place? And he'd engage him in a conversation. He was dressed right, and he'd give him a business card. I love those kind of guys. I love guys with unmitigated gall. We call it New York City chutzpah. I mean, just going up, speaking to people. So in my routine, can you speak to 2, 3, 4 people a day on the phone, on Zoom, on Skype, on video? We can't go out today. We can't, we can't do that handshake stuff. We're doing this 6-foot visual ankle connection here. It's a different world today. It's going to change. It's going to get better, but that doesn't mean your business can stop. Your bills still come in. You still got to make money. I'm telling you right now, you can still do real estate. You can still make a shitload of money. You can do deals. You can create notes. You can consult in real estate. I'm working on another project right now, really big on consulting in creative real estate. I think a lot of times you guys are leaving money on the table because you're not offering your consulting services. Let's see what else we have here. Kenny Wright, so true. Get the money out of the way up front. Talk to people about money. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, if I can help you get into a home that meets with your needs in the next 30 days, do you have a budget set aside? How much option money? Round numbers, if you don't mind me asking. So I know to get you in the right home. What kind of rent are you comfortable paying? Give me a range. How much money do you have that you can put down as a commitment today? Boom. If they say, well, I have no money, or they have inadequate money, you're wasting your time. You don't have to spend 45 minutes with them. You might want to switch to selling them products if you have products like I do on my webpage, claudediamond.com. I sell a lot of products that way. Or I go into consulting mode. Listen, you don't have enough money to do a deal with me for me to make a profit and set up all the work. So why don't I teach you instead? Boom. Making money on all these. You got to learn how to switch gears. Think fast on your feet. Be spontaneous. Let's go to some more of these questions here. Anthony Severino. I love that name. Anthony from Massachusetts. How do you move someone up the Claude barometer if they don't have much motivation? Great question, Anthony. You've got to find a need, create a need, and exacerbate a need. Did you ever get a paper cut and you some lemon juice or something acidic got on it? Hurts. You've got to find away. You're the professional. You have to take full responsibility for creating that emotional quotient. We call it the Claude barometer. It's 1 through 10. People make immediate business decisions when they get emotional. You've got to find a way to move them up to an 8, 9, or 10. You do that by not giving presentations, but by asking questions that lead them step by step to come to their own natural conclusion. You tell them stories. You paint a picture in their mind using your words. Words that evoke the 5 senses. Gee, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, could you see yourself in this comfortable home? The kids are outside on the fresh cut grass. Can you say, that smell of fresh cut grass in July, you and your wife are by the fireplace drinking some nice brandy as a roast in the oven. Can you smell it coming out? You hear the crackling of the fire. You've got to learn to use your words in such a way that you move them up the barometer. These are the different aspects of guts and guts 2.0. These are the skills that you do. And if you can't move them up the barometer, if they're a 2 or a 3, you basically watch your time. My famous little 3-minute timer here. If they don't have the money, if they don't have the emotional quotient, if they are not motivated and you can't move them, if they're not the decision maker, if they're adversarial or confrontational or just not a nice person, you get to fire them. Okay, don't pee on my back and tell me it's raining, Mr. Prospect. You've got to protect your ego. You've got to protect how you feel about yourself so that you can make the next call and the call after that. If you don't feel good, have we all had days where we just had shit calls? We were talking to people. It was uncomfortable. That we felt like a little child and they were the parents screaming at us, go do your homework or something. I can't go day to day with that kind of feeling. I'm very respectful to people. I'm very polite, but I'm also very direct. I take a professional, authoritative role, not a bully, not an intimidator. You've heard me say this before. So you have to, thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. You've got to take control with this. Absolutely. If you guys want a free book on sales, by the way, ClaudeDiamond.com. Just go there right now, and there's a little thing there that says free book. I'll send you my book. You don't have to spend $35 buying it on Amazon or whatever. I'll give it to you for free. It's a fun book. It's a story about a guy who can't sell, and he meets his mentor, and it takes you through this whole series of learning the techniques of the gut sales method. And I'll tell you this much. It's a happy ending, okay? Sales is that $1 million skill. I think we had a few more comments or questions. 5 a day is my new a commitment. Speak to 5. Don't call. I had a guy the other day. Oh, I made 300 calls. That's nothing. That's garbage. So what? 300 calls. How many people did you make a connection with? How many people did you speak with? That's the key to this business. Can you go to say, gee, what's your problem? And go use redirection, as we call it. Always answer a question with, come on, say it. Say it to me. A question. Okay. You might stroke or nurture them all. You know what? That was a great question. Or you might do a stop and go. Oh, the reason I asked you that question, why is that important to you, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect? You start to answer and then you segue like, gee, help me. Why did you ask that? And you get more information from them. They will tell you how to sell them. You don't have to give the presentation. You don't have to beg. Absolutely. Rebecca Diamond, that's my daughter, famous voiceover star in Los Angeles, California. My dad is comfortable in his own skin. It was the greatest compliment. Thank you, Dave. It was the greatest compliment I ever got from my daughter. Took me a long time to get there. We're self-conscious. We're all worried. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? I got to write everything down. You know what? I have on my desk little pieces of paper here. I write little notes just to remind me what to say. And when you can speak spontaneously to people, and this just comes with practice and time. So if you can get to those 5 people a day, and if it's 3 people a day, it's okay. Speak to 3 people a day, 3 to 5 a day. Make them always. When do we close people? In the first phone. I think I'm the only guy who says this. I don't think any other sales trainer says this, but I'm just going to tell you, if you can speak to a few people and make an offer, And when I say an offer, I mean, can you make another appointment? Gee, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, I'm going to send you a letter of intent. I'm going to send you a video. I'm going to send you a free book. Can we talk again at 4:30? Maybe we can do some more business. Something like that. The more you can connect with people, the more money you can make. I run $1 million business. I'm one schmo. I'm one guy who gives good phone. You know, this is my office in Colorado. I don't have employees. I have outside contractors and stuff like that. No employees. I do the sales. I do the marketing. I give good phone. Okay, got my cell phone, got my iPad, even got my landline with 4 lines, you know. Anything I can do to communicate with people and ask questions. Gee, why do you want to buy a home? Why do you want to sell a home? What are you looking for in investment? If I could find you the right investment that gave you the return you're looking for, could we do business today? What do you need from me to do business today? If I sent you a contract today and it met with your wants and needs, would you sign it and get it back to me when? Today. Okay, we are in business. Life is short, guys. Okay, we're reading all this horrible stuff in the papers and everything. You know what? When you get money out of the way, when you're doing something you love, when you're giving good phone and you're making the money you deserve, you have a ball. Life is good. Even when you're stuck. I'm a homebody anyway. I go out once a day. I take a run. Okay. And then take an occasional nap when the futon is calling. Okay. How much do you love working at home? Isn't it great? Let's see some more questions here. Hands down, the best sales book I ever read. Oh, thank you, Phil. I really like it. And that book is free for you guys on my webpage, claudediamond.com. We have a question. I don't know what you mean. What is your question? Dave Skolnick again. Dave, you're home today, aren't you? Everybody's home today. Spontaneity makes you authentic. Yes. You know, how do you know when someone's lying, by the way? You ever notice that? When they, if you ever listen to me, I'm redundant, I know it, but I say the same things that I believe are my truth in this business. And when someone changes their story constantly, or they're not making eye contact with you, or they're not speaking with passion, authenticity, okay, then you know maybe it's a half-truth or a non-truth, right? Is there such a thing as a half-truth? Let's see. We have Dwan L has a good question here. I'm home. Let me see if I can get. I do have a question. I'm home selling. It says sailing, I think, and doing lease options. How do I position myself on social media to where people would be interested in selling a house? Great question, Dwan L. You've got to ask yourself, what is the content? Who is my prospect? What does my prospect want? If I was in my prospect's shoes, what would I be looking for? So someone wants to sell their house. Maybe they want to sell it themselves. Maybe they want to find a real estate agent or agency. What are they going to Google? What are they going to search for? How to pick the best agent. 5 questions you should ask your real estate agent. 10 creative real estate ways to sell your home and get a top price. Are you putting that kind of content on social media, podcasts, live streaming like we're really doing right now? We're simultaneously broadcasting on 3 Facebook pages, 1 YouTube, not LinkedIn yet, and also Facebook. Put out content that you anticipate is what you would be looking for that perfect prospect. Make sure that content is non-commercial. No one wants to see floating banners or come to my seminar or buy this or buy that. If people want to buy your stuff, you have to earn it. Okay, they'll buy your stuff if you give them value, if they see the value. But if you're just doing one long infomercial, forget about it. Like my New York just came out. Forget about it. I've been out of New York like 30-something years, and I still talk like a New Yorker. You know, it's even worse after a beer. On there, you got to put content out. You've got to what some people say is a call to action. Okay, you've got to give them information, then give them something for free: a mind map, a webinar, a book, a white paper. Give them something else for free. You haven't earned the right to ask them for money or ask them to make a commitment yet. You've got to earn it. There's so many people out there saying, "Give me." These bogus, God, I haven't used that word in a long time, sales trainers out there They just get on and they say, okay, give me your money. Act fast. The price goes up on Friday. Run to the back of the room for the first 10 people. And you know what? That doesn't cut it with people today. You've got to, trust is an important thing. You've got to earn trust from people. So you've got to give them content. You've got to give them something tangible, mail them something. My friend Joe McCall, he mails a free book to people all the time. Really good marketing. He does a podcast. Giving people great information is a wonderful way to earn their trust on that. Then also on your webpage, you might want to have a calendar, a scheduling system, and offer a free consultation. I do it on my webpage, claudediamond.com. See how I slid that in there? Pretty sneaky, huh? And you can go on there and have a free 15 minutes with me. Ask me questions. We can role play. We can record it. You know what I'm doing. I'm trying to introduce myself, my products and services to you. See, you can be unbelievably honest with people and make a shitload of money if they feel like you blow away your competition when you show accountability, trustworthiness, and give good value. Sorry, Dwynell, I went way too long on that question. Well, you hit a nerve with me, buddy. You made me emotional. You're a good gut salesperson. What is that? What does this person say? Curly Claude class. Hey, what's the one problem we all have right now? I can't get a haircut, man. I'm going back to the 70s here. Look at this. Look at all this damn hair here. It's like a weed and manure. I think I'm going to grow it down to my ass or something. But you can't get haircuts right now, can you? So what's going to happen? My wife won't cut my hair. I keep asking her. She won't do it. So I'm going to go with the old beetle cut here or something like that. Let's go up here. What is a good book you can recommend on an old school salesperson? Oh gosh, there's so many old books out there. There's great books out there. I'm trying. One of my favorite, How I Turned Failure to Success in Sales. Somebody help me out. I forgot his name. Oh, I always forget his name. How I Turned Failure into Success in Sales. About a life insurance salesman. This book is from the 30s or 40s, and this guy is just an amazing. And he used to be an athlete, and he got injured, and he couldn't do it anymore. He had to sell insurance, and he learns how to sell people directly. I'm all about direct selling. Robert Ringer has some great sales books out there. On Winning Through Intimidation. I love some of the old sales books. Dale Carnegie, good sales books. If you want a good real estate book, I'm trying to think. What's another one? Oh, Nothing Down. That's a good sale. It's not so much a sales book as it is a real estate strategy book. There's so many great strategies out there. You've got to have your strategies. That's a given. Unfortunately, most of the programs out there just work on the strategies. You need that, but it's not primary, it's secondary. You need marketing, but you can't go broke marketing too long because you'll go broke. Then that's secondary or tertiary. Number one skill that will make you money today, I don't care if you're in life insurance, car sales, or mostly in real estate, you've got to be superb in the art and science of persuasion. That's what I'm talking about. When I say persuasion, I mean the right words said the right way that captures people's attention and interest. And so that they visualize in their mind, wow, maybe this is the person that can help me buy my home, sell my home, invest my home. You blow away, you devastate your competition when you make connection with people. What do you want them to say about you when you get off the phone? Think about it for a moment. Do you want them to forget you like a bad habit? Or do you want them to say, wow, I can't wait till I get his email, his video. I need to call him back. I want to go to his webpage or her webpage. That's what you want to create in people, credibility and trust. Do you know you can tell people the truth, and it'll shock the hell out of them sometimes? Because do salespeople always tell the truth? Do prospects tell the truth? No. But you can actually shock the hell out of people. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, you're making one of the biggest mistakes of your life. Please don't get mad. Can I tell you the truth, or should I just make you feel good and then get off the phone? Would you like the truth? Okay, you're making a mistake. You should set up your home as a rent to own, not just a rental. You'd make money up front. You'd make money every month. You'd get better quality tenants. You'd save yourself maybe a real estate commission. You'd make a great cash flow stream. Should I leave you alone, or should we talk more about setting your home up as a rent to own? I can help you. I can send you a contract. I can consult with you. What would you like to do next? It's okay to fire me. See, when you speak to people like that, you really get their attention. You really get their focus. Let's do a few more questions. My throat is going. I've been talking all day. Got my Popeye mug here. I am what I am. That's all that I am. Terry Chavou, I think I'm saying your name right. Your sales skills are tested and have been applied. They work. It's all about having a conversation, allowing the customer to sell himself. Yeah. Okay, I have a big mouth here today. I'm doing all the talking because that's just the way this thing works. But if you can ask questions to the prospect and get them talking more than you, we call that in guts the 75-25 rule. If you can get them talking more than you, they will do the work for you. Okay, you got to keep them focused sometimes. They might go on tangents or what we call obfuscations, where they change the subject. You got to bring it back. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, how can we do business today? What would you like from me before I go? I fire the prospect, or I get a commitment from the prospect. And it's so much of sales is about us feeling so good about ourselves that we can make several phone calls a day. Sometimes I talk to 15, 20 people a day. I make offers. I follow up. Once again, that's my routine. Guess what happens when you have fun, informative, no ego states or anything? You are in control. You are the authority figure, just like a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, an accountant. You have to take that role when you're speaking to people. But guess what happens? And I have a lot of fun with people, and God knows I don't close everybody. I really don't. But when you have good conversations with people, you've removed the stress of selling. Have you guys ever felt a little bit that phone? This is like a cactus, right? You don't want to touch it. I don't want to make those phone calls. They'll talk nasty to me. They'll reject me. They'll hang up on me. And who wants to do that all day long, right? We're frail human beings. We've got to protect our ego. The gut sales method was totally about protecting you so that you could speak spontaneously to people, ask the questions, follow up, make offers. I make offers. I'd say 95% of the time when I speak to a new prospect, I make an offer. I make a multiple offer, and I beg them, please say no to me. They've never heard that before, so it kind of gets them a little off balance. Let's answer a few more questions here. Good questions, guys. Thank you so much. Influence of, let's see. Frank Betcher, Betcher, Dave, how I raised myself from failure to success. There it is. You got it. Good for you. The Go-Giver. I read that. It was a good book. It wasn't bad. Frank Betcher was the pro baseball player. You're right, Michael Black. Absolutely. Influenced by Cialdini. One of my all-time favorite book. Cialdini talks. I even have it on the wall here, by the way. He talks about persuasion principles, different stimuli, different psychological triggers that great $1 million salespeople use. The great ones use things like we talk about conformity. He calls it social proof. I call it conformity. When you talk about different, what are other people saying or doing? Do people want birds of a feather flock together? People want to do the same thing that other people do. When we see a celebrity football player on TV, do we want to buy his sneakers? That's social proof. Consistency, getting them up the yes ladder. Authority, likability, trust. My favorite, scarcity and reciprocity. And I have a new one that's coming out in my Guts 2.0 program. It's called environment. Can you create an environment through when you're speaking to the prospect? Can you create a picture in their mind, internal or external, so that they become so comfortable and trusting of you that you have a greater likelihood of doing business? Absolutely. Cialdini. By the way, the Cialdini book, the audio book, is on YouTube. You can actually listen to it for free. And he has a couple public speaking gigs too. Terry said, yes, you said it right. Chris Lopez, how you doing, Chris? Thanks, Dave. Fire the prospect. I got it. Dave Skolnick. Claude will never retire. Be doing this stuff on my 100th birthday. God, from your mouth to God's ears. Who hope? I'm running 10 miles a day, so I hope. I want to get to 100, and I just want to be in good health to the rest of my life. That's my goal. Michael Black, you may have covered this already. Just jumped in. How has the coronavirus affected your pitch or business? It's a great question, Michael Black. I'm a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Empathetic, a little bit more. I'm trying to make people comfortable. How has this affected you and your family? I might be blending in a little bit more of a rapport. We're all going through the same thing right now. I think I'm being a little bit gentler, maybe a little bit more kinder, a little bit less business-like, and using more softer tones with people. People are really suffering with this. No one's ever experienced, I'm locked in home. I can't go out. People are getting sick. Stop watching the news is what I tell people. Stop watching all this dreadful news. I think most of the news is over the top. I know this is a horrible thing. I know some people are hurt and worse, but we will get through this thing. This virus will burn out eventually, go away, or they'll have a cure. They'll have a vaccine. We're Americans. We know how to deal with this shit, and we'll deal with it. We will solve it. Life will go on, and we'll be bigger and better again. This is America. This is not some third world schlocky country where people just die in the street. We're going to take care of it. And we're going to take care of, maybe I'm an optimist, Michael, but I'm speaking to people and I'm trying to listen to their pain, and I'm trying to offer them that they can't just stop everything to focus on their skills of business and sales and entrepreneurship. Okay, absolutely. Make sure you're here on YouTube. Here's my good friend, Tashiata, Professor T. She is on every Wednesday. Mediascope. I listen to her. She keeps me cool. Okay. I would not be cool without Tashi. She's got a great, she does Mediascope. She does Mediascope on, I believe, Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube, and a lot of contemporary information about culture, about technology and stuff like that. You got to keep on top of stuff, guys. You can't get stuck in the mud. School's never over, is it? Absolutely. I agree. The news will have, let's see this. I can't take this call right now. Sorry. Or maybe I should have taken that call. That would have been fun, huh? How about that? Okay, let's read that. I agree. The news will have you wearing a tinfoil hat. This news is, why is the news people, media, written, newspapers and everything, they sell more newspapers, don't they? They get better ratings when they shock you, when they scare you. And that's their job, to keep readership high. But I think they're going a little over the top with this thing. Absolutely. Ron Vidri. Hi, Claude. Love the hair. I know it's so, I can't, what am I going to do? Love the hair and background as always. What's the best creative real estate strategy? They're all good. Real estate strategy is one word: leverage. Can you use a technique that allows you leverage, that allows you to control? What is leverage? It's basically, can you move that big rock by using a lever and a little rock? So you can create I forget what you call it, the lever for it, so you can do it, the pull, something like that. You know what I'm talking about. Can I control an expensive property with a little bit of money or no money? That's the key. I've always loved options, lease options. I've written several books on it. I love consulting in real estate because I can make cash flow in between the deals. Arbitrage real estate, where I get a contract, for cash or terms, and I sell it to another person within 24 to 72 hours. I'm all about survival. Can you make cash today? Too many of you are getting stuck with a property or contract, and you're fixing it up, and then you're spending a lot of money on marketing, and days, weeks, and months go by, and the money's just going out. Why are we in business? We're in business to make money today, survive today. So use the strategies that allow you to make, even if you make a little bit of money. One of my students today made, I think, about $2,500 on a consultation. I was so proud of him. I thought it was so wonderful. Yeah, he didn't make $25,000 like you hear on the other gurus and seminars and things. He made $2,500. You know what? $2,500 puts a lot of mac and cheese on your table. It'll help you pay the rent or a car payment or something. You can still do deals, but find multiple streams of income. And that's how you survive in this environment. Don't just work on one thing. Work on several things. Lease purchasing, still the best, though. That's my favorite. Turn the question around. How is it affecting your family and business? My kids are good. They're fine. I have one kid in Wyoming. My son David, very proud of him. My daughter works from home, and she works for Apple, and she's working from home now. She also does voiceover. So my kids are fine. Thank you for asking. Claudia and I left San Diego. We're back up here in Winter Park, Colorado, on top of the mountain. I've been working since about 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. I love it. This is the problem with this business. You love it so much, you don't want to stop on it. Absolutely. Michael Black said, thank you. Thank you, Michael. Good for you joining us. Tashi, Zanya, Tashi, put your link in there somewhere so people can find you on Mediascope on Wednesday. My name is Claude Diamond. I just love talking to you guys about the dumb stuff I did so you could stay away from it. I've done a lot of dumb stuff. Nothing that bad, but I've done bad mistakes in business and stuff. Smartest thing I ever did is I learned from people on an accountable basis who were much smarter than me. I had a mentor who was a genius in business and real estate and in sales. And that was the missing link for me. The shortcut to getting to where you want to be financially is finding somebody who's already doing it honestly, and willing to be accountable to you. Throwing money at gurus who won't answer their phone, who hand you off to somebody else. I'm sorry, can I have an opinion here? Is it all right to have an opinion? Give me a thumbs up or something. Much as I love information, my success came from me listening to people who are doing business smarter and better than me. Winners, entrepreneurs, greats. Find somebody out there who is a great communicator. It's all about communication. Okay, somebody who can get their point across, who doesn't sound like a cheesy salesperson reading a boring script. Oh my God. Find yourself, there are people out there who are doing it and doing it right. Latch on to that person. When I say latch on, I mean speak with them, watch them, study with them. Okay, not that distant. You can't. Mentoring to me is not texting a person or emailing them all the time. It's much, much more. I work with students in 18 different countries. We meet every Monday on Zoom. I do personal one-on-one with people. I want my students to succeed. I think that's important. I think it's very important. Let me put up my, there we go. Got that out there. Here's a free book for you guys if you want. It's on claudediamond.com. You'll see a little orange, yellow tab on the top. If you click that, you put in your email, you'll get instantly one of my best-selling books. The Mentor Teaches the Gut Sales Method, so you don't have to give Amazon $35. I still sell them, even though I give them away for free. Isn't that funny? And, find yourself somebody who's doing it and latch on to that person. Gain information from people who are real. That's the thing. Are they really doing it? My mentor used to always say, and this will be my last word, success and failure always leave clues. Okay? Somebody who's, this sounds real tacky, okay? But somebody who's driving a 1962 pickup truck, I know Sam Walton drove one, but maybe if they're successful, they'd be driving a more modern, safer car. Maybe they'd be living in a nicer home in a nicer neighborhood. Maybe they have, maybe they're pretty happy and they're willing to share information with you. So look, success and failure, you'll always leave clues. We have a few more comments here, and then you guys won't let me leave, and it's okay. I love it. So Michael Black, so true. They sell you, then they forget you. You know what? You deserve better than that. When you give somebody money, you should be getting back value. And you know what happens when you get people value? Your business grows anyway. Some of these businesses, which are just handing you off to other people, my question is, gee, why are they, if they're so smart and successful, why are they working for them for $15 an hour or whatever they get paid? Why aren't they doing their own business? Because that's what we all want, that freedom thing, right? Philip Dougherty. Get all our new comments here. Hey, Claude, any thoughts on how we could take advantage of or profit from the iBuyers pulling out of the market? There are people pulling. There are people. The people are scared. I was talking with a realtor today, and he was basically saying that people are selling their homes. They don't want people coming to their house. Even realtors and brokers are having a real problem with that. We'll brainstorm it out. No. There are solutions to that. We can use cameras. We can use video recordings, the inside and the outside house, using those drones. You can negotiate with people and say, okay, listen, I won't bring people to your home, but I'll show them videos, pictures. We'll take a 3-dimensional tour. And when this virus thing will be over, and it will be over, ladies and gentlemen, then I'll bring them over. I'll put them in a Ziploc bag if that's what it takes, okay? Because you want to sell your home. And we can still do marketing. We can still do selling. We've got the technology, okay? Sounds like remember the opening of the $6 Million Man? We have the technology to put him back together again. How old is that show? Oh my God, trivia question. When was the $6 Million Man? What was the date on? What was the date on? Another trivia question. Okay, what was the female version of the $6 Million Man? A clue. It was not called the $6 Million Woman. What was it called? Your trivia questions for the day. Let's see, another comment. Jermaine says, Claude, do you do training more catered to wholesaling? Yes. I use wholesaling. I call it arbitrage. Can I wholesale or retail the contract to another? Can I sell it to a family that, if I pre-negotiate a contract, Jermaine, okay, let's say I negotiate a 3-year lease purchase contract, a good deal. What does the seller want? They want their rent covered or their mortgage covered. They want full price. I'll give it to them. I'm not going to argue with them. But then it's about the marketability. Can I market that property to a family? Can I sell that contract for X amount of dollars, make some money up front or create some money in a note, selling it to a family or a person who wants to live in that house? That's retail wholesaling, for want of a better word. Or can I wholesale it to, do I have enough room in this to sell it to another investor? My goal in wholesaling, and I love wholesaling, I've been doing it for years, I call it arbitrage real estate. And you can use wholesaling for lease purchasing, for subject to, for owner finance. You can use wholesaling in a multitude of strategies, not just one. So think about that, because you can create notes, passive income. You can just sell the contract. You have choices. You have you have leverage. You have a lot of different things you can do. Absolutely, in my training, I do that. Rod Vidre says, wash hands. Absolutely. Here we go, man. Where is it? Oh, here's my Fraser Valley. You want to see smart marketing? There is a distillery. I'm in a small town in Colorado up here in the mountains. There's a distillery. You know, all the breweries, the vineyards, and distilleries are all closed. But this distillery is making free hand wash for people. It's Fraser Valley Distilling. Some friends of mine actually own it, the Young family, and they're giving this away to free for people. What does that say? When this virus is over, are you going to remember the company that gave you something for free when you want to go and have your martini? It's a great distillery. They make their own gin and vodka and different whiskeys and things like that. Isn't that smart marketing? Don't you love it? Good stuff. What's your favorite area to find lease option deals? I love New York, New Jersey, Florida on the East Coast. Love Colorado. Love the West Coast, particularly California. I like places at this stage of my career. I like high-end properties. I like luxury homes. I like homes near golf courses, ski resorts, beachfront property. I like the clientele. I like the money that you make. You can make a lot more money on $1 million home than a $100,000 condo or a $30,000 mobile home or something like that. So I figure, why not focus on the properties that I can make the most money on? You know, before this virus hit, real estate was screamingly good, right? It wasn't it? It was great. Interest rates were low. They're even lower today. Demand was very high. Supply was low. You just had to go out there and do your marketing and find those properties. Let's go here to best decision, Kenny Wright. Best decision I made was having Claude as a mentor. Got me working virtual a year ago. Thank you, Claude. You're welcome, Kenny. You know what? I'm only the student. The mentor is only as good as the student. You're a great student. You listen, you apply. Kenny is now doing consulting in Texas, so he can keep his refrigerator full of Coors beer, which I know he likes. Kenny, if you want to put your webpage or something up there for you, my guest, feel free to do that. Jermaine, very smart. Thank you. Tashi, oh yeah, I'm not a drinker and I would support. Okay, good for you. Okay, guys, I'm going to go here. This has been a 1 hour and 22-second broadcast. Gosh, I got nothing to talk about today, right? Seriously, focus on sales, giving good phone, get comfortable talking to strangers. I know what mom said, don't talk to strangers. But if you can speak to enough, if you can speak to 2, 3, 5 people a day, set up your agenda, ask questions with redirection and reverse psychology and some strong acting skills. And then you will see magic happen every time, because as I always say, and I always end, nobody deserves success more than you good people. Go out. Don't go out there. Stay home. I'm sorry. Stay home. Do your marketing, social media marketing. Make phone calls, cold calls, warm calls, follow-up calls. Use the guts sales method. If you don't know what guts is, go to my webpage, get the free book. Okay. And you guys take care. Be safe. We will get through this. We will be better than ever. I guarantee you. We will come out wonderful from this. We just got to be a little, I hate this word. This is the worst word. This is the worst word I use. Patience. I hate that word. I think impatience is a virtue. I don't like to wait for things to happen. I want to make them happen. So to go out there, be safe. No, stay home, stay safe, study, learn, practice, and everything will work out great. Thanks for joining me. You guys are great. Mwah. Take care. Okay. Bye-bye.